Hello, I'm Kayla and I'm a recovering meth addict. I'm here to share my testimony with each and every person that watches this video. Maybe this will save a life and open someone's eyes to addiction, or even maybe you or someone you know has a family member that needs to see this. I'm here to tell you today that addiction is real and it kills. It takes many lives. I'm living proof of that. That it will take you down through a road you don't want to go down. And I'm 22 years old, came from a very privileged family. Always had mom and dad up until I was 15 years old. We were in church every Wednesday, every Sunday, every time the doors were open. Excuse me. At 15, my parents separated, and then, shortly after they divorced. That was my first upside down ride that started the partying in my life. I began getting bullied in school, and on the first day of 11th grade, shortly before my 16th birthday, I dropped out. I was homeschooled. I tried to maintain that, but my mom was a single parent and couldn't afford it, so I ended up dropping out altogether. She tried to, homeschool me, like I said, but she couldn't afford it. And so I quit, and from then on, it just was a downward spiral. At 14, I was already smoking cigarettes. I was smoking weed. By the age of 16, I was partying hard, drinking, smoking weed, doing a few pills here and there, telling my mom multiple lies just to get out of the house. And through all of this, I watched someone very close to me that I love very, very much struggle with addiction. And I swore to myself that I would never be like this person. And I was selfish for that. I put myself above that person instead of praying for them. I never took the time to think that I might be in their shoes one day. After partying for a while, I finally settled down, what I thought was settling down, and 6 days after my 18th birthday, on August 16th, 2013, I met the love of my life, who is now my husband, BJ. After 2 months of us being together, he had moved in, and my mom kept trying to tell me he was on meth. Oh, he's on dope. But of course, him being my husband, I was in denial. I was like, how could someone so precious to me be doing something like that? And he wasn't, he was telling me that he wasn't doing it, so of course I believed him. Well, 6 months or so into our relationship, after seeing him high, and, he liked the feeling, and I figured, well, hey, I might like it, so I asked him to try it. This thing that they call meth. Worst mistake of my life, but you can't change it now. All I can do is move forward and try to get better. At first, it was only an occasional thing, a here and there on the weekends. We all think we can get high just one time and it goes away. But no, it doesn't work like that for everyone. My mom made us leave her house, and we were moving place to place to place until in October of 2014, we moved in with some friends, and we both got strung out. Now, when I say strung out, you can be strung out for a week, you can be strung out for a year, a month, it doesn't matter. Strung out is strung out. I got strung out for 3 months. And back then I was like, oh, only 3 months. But no, that 3 months started a nightmare for me. A nightmare for many. Those 3 months could have been the death of me. But finally, my mom allowed us back into her house in December of 2014. We both stayed sober for 8 months and got jobs. We were doing both so great. We had a vehicle. On August 31st, 2015, we moved into our own house. Well, things were all fine and dandy at first. We had a house. We obtained 2 vehicles, 2 four-wheelers, 2 motorcycles, dirt bikes. BJ got a crotch rocket. Everything seemed all fine and dandy. But that was until the following weekend after we had moved in, we went to the mall. And of course, we were by the dope man's house. And I thought, oh, we could get high one more time. but that was not the case by any means. We both opened up the doors to hell by getting high. BJ began doing it every day, and I was just a weekend user. Doesn't make me any better than him. I'd pee clean on Fridays to take clean pee to work all week. And I was slipping a day here and there in the week getting high, thinking that I could just cover it up and everything would be all fine and dandy, Well, by December of 2015, when we had obtained all these things, my drug habit became an everyday thing. I quit my job and began riding with BJ in his tow truck. We were managing a company. We had the whole world in our hands at the time, we thought. But I quit my job and started riding with him, and we started getting high every single day. It started out, just hitting a meth pipe, snorting lines, until that habit increases and you can't control it. It's the devil, and I'm telling you today, if you're doing it, stop while you can. Get help, reach out. Because my tolerance got so high that I began eating it. I'm lucky to still have all my teeth. Then after we started getting high every day, we were doing an ounce a week between two of us. Now imagine an ounce is 28 grams per week. Most of the time, Monday through Friday. By Friday, we needed more. And it is very, very sad to say that. It's embarrassing. But there's no use in being embarrassed, because my story may help save yours or someone you know's life. So we began selling an ounce to cover up for our habit. And because we had to sell an ounce to do an ounce. We weren't all of our money was going to that 1 ounce. So we had to sell an ounce to help our habit and pay our bills. Well, we thought we were paying our bills. So things started to go downhill. After a year, I was having to ask my mom, could I borrow money to pay my bills? I was having to get her to pay some of my bills for me. I was going hungry a lot of the times. BJ was going hungry, but we did not care. All we cared about was getting high, which is horrible. Very horrible, because I remember many a nights having to eat chips and dip because I had no food. And when that was gone, we starved sometimes because my mom could only help so much. My dad could only help so much. Your family can only be there so much. Well, our landlord started, getting leery about what was going on. We were up all hours of the night. The neighbors were probably wondering what the hell we were doing. And it was just a big mess. Well, from November 2016 to January 2017, we weren't paying our bills. We'd sleep in and go to work whenever we wanted. We just done whatever we wanted. It was all about getting high. If we were supposed to be going to pick up a car here or a car there, we'd stop by the house to get high. Or we'd go home to get more dope or whatever, we had to do. It was all about getting high. Our life revolved around getting high. We were telling lies to our families, and we were slowly losing everything that we had. We had already been in and out of my mom's house several times. She had given us chance after chance after chance. And it was just, things were going down, 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 down. Well, January of 2017, we lost everything we had, but the little things we had in our home, which are now gone, in one vehicle. We're back to square one, back at my mom's, back in the basement. By this time, I was eating dope like it was nothing. BJ was shooting it up. And, not long after him, in March of this 2017, I began shooting up. Worst thing ever. It's the devil. Don't do it. After we lost everything we had and we were back at my mom's, of course we had to hide the fact that we were getting high. And that is not something you should do. Don't do that in the house with your parents. I done it in the house with my 14-year-old sister in the house. At the time, she was 13. Not a good example by any means. So we tried to hide it from my mom, but you know what meth does to you. It makes you paranoid. It makes you fight. It'll destroy your marriage. It'll destroy every friendship you've had. Every friend I had turned their back on me. My family turned their back on me. I'm telling you, it'll take everything and everyone from you. Paranoia, late nights, fights, it all caught up to us. My mom had enough, and back to the streets we were. BJ had a demon inside of him. My mom blessed her house after the fact she found out we were on drugs and tried to help us. And 2 days later, we left. Well, we were living in our car. BJ had luckily still had a job, but which didn't last long. He sold his motorcycle. We got an efficiency for a week. We're still doing dope, getting high. We didn't give a fuck. Excuse my language, but we did not care. All we wanted to do was get high. And we lived in our car for that week. We got that efficiency for that week. Then we were at the bottom of the barrel again, and his job was gone. So luckily we went to his dad's. That didn't last long because of what? Yes, meth, the thing they call meth. We went to living at his cousin's. That didn't work out because, of course, we were getting high. His cousin was getting high. It was just thing after thing after thing. Well, once again, here another chance rolls around. I get a good job. BJ got another job. We were living at my mama's. We fucked that up. Excuse my language once again, but we messed that up. Got kicked out of there, all because of what? Yes, meth. We leave there, back to living in our car up at BJ's work. I had quit my job at this time again. BJ still was lucky to have his. We moved in with some friends from, what we thought were friends from his work. And, of course, that didn't work out because we were getting high. They didn't get high. So, once again, I say meth. It'll take your friendships. It'll take your family. It'll take everything from you till you're at the bottom of the barrel and you're either dead on the streets or you decide to man up and get some help. So after going place to place to place to place, one day we got another chance. His mom sent us some money. And what do? We're supposed to take that money and get an efficiency for a month and find jobs. But did we do that? Yeah, in a way we did. We did spend the money the right way, but we were still getting high. Once again, high. On meth, the thing that kills, takes very many lives, and will take you, your family, your friends, whatever, away from you, or it'll take their family, friends, and whatever away from them. So here we were, back to square one, all of our shit in our car, once again for like the 10th time, and his dad had a job for us to go do. While doing the job, of course, dope made BJ very, very sick, and he got severely dehydrated, couldn't read, couldn't work his cell phone, was crying, didn't know shit. So we were back. We had to drive off from the job with $40. We slept in his dad's driveway that night in our car. Well, of course, his dad was done with us, so the next morning he tells us we gotta leave. So we didn't know what to do. BJ was still sick, throwing up and everything, so I had to take him to the hospital. Took him to the hospital. He was severely dehydrated. They had to give him some fluids. They did feed us. They tried to give us some numbers to some homeless shelters. And at this point, we had both agreed we had a spiritual awakening and we weren't going to do dope again and this, that, and the other. I got BJ to pray with me. All the things that I was smiling. I thought I was so happy. We slept in our car that night too. Woke up the next morning, saw my mom. She gave us some money. We went and ate breakfast. But we had nowhere to go. We had burned all our bridges. No matter if we said we stopped dope, no matter what we said, it was, too late. So, we had just ruined all of our chances. Just never put yourself above someone, because that person that I love very much, that was an addict and currently still is, I always said I would never be that person, and I was selfish, and I put myself above that person, and I found myself in that person's shoes. Now, the only place we had to go after this, after we burned all our bridges, after we were at the bottom of the barrel, was some friends in Alabama. Okay, well, we got there on July 7th of 2017, and we had been sober a couple days before that. We were sober for like 5 days when we were there or something, so 6 or 7 days. Well, after we slept and got our food, food in our belly and all that good stuff, we woke back up, and there's meth in the house. What do? When you're around a lot of people, you start doing it. So we fell back into that trap all over again, having to lie to our family, not answering our family's phone calls, staying up all hours of the night, worrying about if the police were going to kick in the door, worried about us this and that and the other, blah, 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 blah. Well, at first we weren't using a needle. We were just eating it, which is no different. Neither one's better or worse or whatever. And after 3 weeks, we started shooting up again. Yes, meth. Day in and day out, all I worried about was how I was going to get my next high. I'd wake up, look at my husband, say, babe, I need a shot. Babe, we need to get some dope. Babe, if I didn't have dope, I was emotional. If I didn't have dope, I was a bitch. If I didn't have dope, I wouldn't do shit. It was just a terrible fucking thing. Like, I can't even explain to you or exaggerate to you how bad meth will mess your life up and mess your personality up. You'll be somebody that everybody wished they never, ever knew. Now, by this time, all I was worried about was getting high. Well, BJ had traded our car for a motorcycle. The deal wasn't sealed yet. They hadn't decided to trade. They were just checking the car. He was checking the car out. BJ was checking the motorcycle out. But BJ got into a very bad motorcycle accident. Well, you'd think that'd be a wake up, stop doing the drugs, bad things are happening. But no, it increased the drug use. So, then we started going at Walmart in Alabama. You can buy your own needles for $1.26. And of course, we didn't have to buy needles because we had somebody else that was buying them for us. But you could buy your own needles at Walmart, and we just started shooting up. After BJ had wrecked the motorcycle, he had sold it for a half of an ounce of dope. So we went stupid with it. Then I kept every day I knew we were going nowhere. We were at a dead-end road. Things weren't getting better. We weren't going to get a job. We didn't have a way of going. We weren't going nowhere. It was either we were going to stay there where the drugs were, we were going to end up dead, we were going to go in the streets, or we were going to sign ourselves into rehab. Because we had some good friends that had been telling us about this great place that I'm at called Mariposa. And we finally got our life together. Well, not at that exact time, but I'll go on with my story. Those were our only choices. So, after finally talking BJ into going, our friends on September 24th, 2017, they agreed to pay our way in, which was $150 for each of us, so $300 together. Thank God, the good man above, that we had some amazing people that inspired us to come to Mariposa and that paid our way. Well, September 24th, when they offered, we didn't have a ride, and so September 25th, we got a ride, and we allowed God into our life. BJ had a demon removed from him, thank God. My mom prayed it out of him after she come and seen us, and that was great. We've been going to church We are happier than we have ever been. We gain strength to overcome our addiction. We learned how to live without drugs and to strengthen ourselves so we can be strength for one another. I'm here today to just tell you, never put yourself above anyone. When you see them drug addicts, don't go, ooh, look at that junkie. Ooh, I'll never be like him or her. Ooh, look at them putting a needle in their arm. I'll never do that. Because you never know, one day you might be in their shoes. You might be that person in the bathroom putting a needle in your arm. You might be that person that mama and daddy, brother, sister, aunt, and uncle get a phone call that you're dead. You might be that person. Open your eyes at anything today. If you're watching this and you don't like me, no hard feelings. I don't hate anyone. My eyes are open, and I'm telling you, whether you like me or not, I love you. And if this saves your life, beat it. I will be so thankful and so happy to save another person's life so that they don't have to end up dead or end up like me and be in a rehab where I can't sleep with my husband every night. I'm facing all these consequences that I have to face. You never know when the shoe may be on the other foot. At the age of 18, I tried drugs for the first time. By the age of 20, I was a daily user. Don't let no one fool you and say, oh, just try it one time, because that one time could mean the rest of your life. Don't put someone down for addiction. You need to pray for them. You need to help them. I always said I'd never be a drug addict, but it slapped me in the face. I woke up one day and I looked in the mirror and I hated everything about myself. I became everything I said I would never be. And I have to live with that every day. And now when I am around all these people in recovery, I never put myself above them because I'm no better than them. You're no better than me, sober or not sober. We all make mistakes. We're all human. Addiction kills more than car wrecks, kills more than cancer, kills more than anything. It's an evil, evil thing. I'm lucky to be alive and breathing today. I was lucky enough to wake up before my family had to bury me or for something very bad happening to me. Get out before it's too late. Some of you are moms, dads, brothers, sisters, grandparents, or whatever you may be. I beg you to stop. I used to be embarrassed to talk or speak about my addiction, but I may save a life. There's no reason to be embarrassed if I can help you or someone you know. I don't want to see anyone die because of this horrible thing they call addiction. I'm begging you, if you or someone you know is struggling with addiction or whatever it may be, come to me. Someone out here loves you. I love you and do not want another life lost. You're powerless to your addiction and your higher power see it through time and time again. I'm 15 days clean today as of October, I believe it is 11th today. It's not a lot to you, but it's a lot to me. That's all that matters. I've received my first chip in sobriety, and you can be the next. Don't wait another second. I'm on my way to working the steps and bettering me, from not just everybody around me, but for myself. I'm happier than I've ever been. My marriage is a million times healthier. We don't argue, we may disagree, but we have nothing but laughs and good times. Remember, no matter where you go or what you do, God loves you. I've allowed God into my life. It's an amazing feeling. God is the greatest gift, or your higher power, whatever you may see your higher power, God or whatever as. It's the greatest thing you could ever feel. I'm so happy today to be alive, to be breathing, to not have a needle in my arm somewhere, to not be knowing when I might eat again, where I might sleep. I'm just very, very grateful. I want to give a shout out to my mom. Charlotte used to be Baswell, now Black. She's been my rock, my soul, my support. She's my backbone. I want to give a shout out to all of my dad's side of the family and my mom's side of the family. Thank you for being here every step of the way and for all the prayers And for all you kind people that my mom or my father has reached out to pray for me along this recovery. I'm very blessed to say today I have 15 days sober. I never want to touch a drug again. I never want to look back. I got a good relationship with God. I am working on making amends with all the people that I've hurt. To anybody on my dad's side of the family that we may have problems, arguing, I want to say to you today, I'm sorry. And drugs turned Kayla, little KK, yes, into someone that y'all didn't know. I came around you high, and I apologize for that. My mom's side of the family, too, I apologize for that. Mom, Dad, y'all are great. Y'all are amazing. Chloe, Chad, Nene, Granddad, Mama, Danny, Curtis, Sherry, all my aunts and uncles. I love y'all so much, and I'm thankful for everything y'all have done for me. No matter what you do, like I said, no matter where you are, what you do, you can drop to your knees and pray. God loves you. I love you. Someone out here loves you, I promise. If you would like to talk or hear more of my story or meet up and talk, feel free to add me on Facebook, Kayla Coleman, or email me. My email is colemank951@gmail.com. If me or my husband can speak to any of you and save your life or change your outlook, or if you just need someone to talk to or you would like to hear our story, please reach out to us. Also, if anyone would like me and my husband to come share our testimony, please email me or reach out to me on Facebook. It's Kayla Coleman. I look forward to hearing from you, beautiful souls. Sober is the way. Let's start today. Please share my story to save a life, and thanks for letting me share. God bless you all. I love you. Stay strong. Keep praying. Remember, God has a plan. And I'm here today to tell you meth kills, drugs kill. I'm living proof that you can get out of it. You can make your life different. 15 days sober, and it's been the best 15 days of my life, no doubt. Once again, my email is colemank951@gmail.com. Coleman, Coleman, the letter K, 951@gmail.com. And my Facebook name is Kayla, Kayla, Coleman, Coleman. Add me. Feel free to reach out to me no matter what the situation may be. If it's you, someone you love, whatever it may be. Me and my husband would love to hear from you and would love to give our testimony. And come, maybe talk to a church, a school, whatever it may be. Just reach out to us. Just smile every day, pray every day, and know God is there every step of the way, and you can make it through it. Love you all.